Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Foolish Mortals. And in the last episode, guys, Murphy acquired a shopping list of things he needs to acquire for the Gree. Fortunately, the dime that we had in our change collection was enough to fulfill one of those requirements, but there is more needed. We were able to explore 3 new locations across Devil's Rock, including the old fort/lighthouse. We're here at the entrance, and we have got a furry companion who seems transfixed with this lantern, and I believe they are sitting on the gunpowder that we need here on the list. So if we check the manuscript... Yep, there's some gunpowder right there, and this is an old fort, so it would be perfect. And I've been trying to think, like, what would be the best way of getting the cat's attention? So let's... Ooh! A nice taxidermied fish, perhaps.
The fish had been dead for years, was primarily comprised of stuffing, and smelled faintly of formaldehyde. The cat wasn't going to be interested in it in the slightest.
I wonder if we need to go back to town to get more chum. How about the brooch? It's shiny.
The brooch was much too dirty to catch the cat's attention.
Ooh. Stuffing?
I needed to think of something else.
So we need to clean this up somehow. Alright. We can potentially do that. Maybe the bellows?
The cat wasn't going to be interested in that.
Cats usually hate having wind blown on them. Alright. So we've been able to explore all 3 of the new locations. We had the fort, St. Juniper's Church, Baxter's Mill. We were at the Spirit Queen earlier. Let's head back to Deadnettle. Ooh, Doubloon's Jewelry has opened up now. Let's see what's going on in here.
Oh, my second customer of the night. I don't know if I can handle such a rush. Welcome, young man, to Doubloon's Jewelry. Oh, the riches to fill your breeches. Jewels, silver, gold, the finest things for you to behold. Whom do I have the pleasure of meeting?
My name's Murphy McCallan.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you. My name's Jasper Crumb, owner and proprietor.
Of course your name's Jasper.
Are you looking for something valuable while you're here on the island?
Funnily enough, I am.
Is there a special someone in your life? Looking for an apology gift, perhaps? I've sold more missed anniversary necklaces and drunken fumble earrings than I can count.
No, I don't need anything like that.
Then how about something for yourself? You look like a working man. Could I interest you in a pocket watch?
Actually, I had one up until about an hour ago. Traded it to a glowing green guy for a magic pouch. As the words left my lips, I realized I sounded like a character from Jack and the Beanstalk.
Pardon me?
I'm just here to browse.
Browse away, young man. I'll be here if you need me.
Ooh, maybe the cat would like the goldfish.
A small glass fishbowl sat on top of a cabinet, the goldfish inside swimming around happily.
I don't want to feed the goldfish to the cat, though. But let's say hello.
There was no way I could carry a fishbowl full of water and a live goldfish around with me.
Sir, you have a taxidermied fish in your pocket. And a screwjack, and an auger, and a bellows.
It was an ornate display cabinet.
Free polishing on all purchases, gemstones bought. Oh. Then maybe...
Excuse me, would you be able to polish a brooch for me?
Let me take a look. Oh, well, 18-karat yellow gold, filigree wirework in a handcrafted floral motif, and round, brilliant cut ruby, if I'm not mistaken, made to fit a music box?
That's right. How did you know that?
I know my own handiwork anywhere. Now, how did you get a hold of it?
Oh, just a gift.
Burglary.
What a generous gift indeed. Well, we do offer free polishings on all items purchased here, so I'd be very happy to shine her up for you. Please, bear with me for a moment.
We are bearing. I like the microscope, too. Ooh. We're gonna grind that to a nice polish.
There we go, shining like a firefly's rear end. I'm afraid the clasp on the back has broken off. You weren't planning on wearing it soon, were you?
I wasn't planning on wearing it at all.
There's no shame in indulging yourself every once in a while. Lord knows I can appreciate the comfort and empowerment a pair of hosiery can bring. Anyway, we don't have any replacement clasps in stock, but I can put it in order. In the meantime, here's a button magnet that should hold it in place, as long as you're not too vigorous with it.
A button magnet,
Thank you.
huh?
It was the ornate brooch I'd had cleaned at the jeweler's, now glimmering in the light. The poster read, "Free polishing on all purchases. Gemstones bought." It was an ornate display cabinet. It was an expensive-looking jeweler's microscope used to inspect gems and jewelry up close. While the microscope was meant for jewelry, I was confident I'd already revealed this brooch's secrets.
We need to get back to the fort.
The cabinet proudly displayed all manner of gold and silver creations, watches, necklaces, pendants, and more, all made in-house by the jeweler.
Good old Jasper.
The cabinet was filled with precious jewels, geodes, and fossils next to a small sign that read, "Treasures of the Earth." The cabinet was filled with used jewelry, rings, brooches, necklaces, and more. Even secondhand, I would have had to save for years to afford any of them. The store's cash register sat on the counter. I wondered how long it had been since it was last used.
Any info, Jasper?
Good evening, Mr. Crumb.
How can I help you?
How's business tonight?
You're not a millionaire with an enraged fiancé, are you?
I'm not, no.
I didn't think so. Then business tonight is about as lively as a snail drinking decaf. The only other customer I had in here tonight was more interested in the provenance of fossils than the shiny stuff. Booked a private viewing, and then didn't buy anything. Can you believe it? The first time in weeks the shop gets a private viewing, and all they're interested in is bones.
You sell fossils, too?
I sell all the treasures of the earth. If it's under the ground and I can sell it, I'm interested.
I hear Burke and Hare had the same philosophy.
Yeah, we could always maybe sell him a body.
What are you selling?
We specialize in jewelry and precious stones. Rings, necklaces, earrings, and brooches in this cabinet to my left. Gems, geodes, and fossils in this cabinet to my right. You'd be surprised at how much of an impact some stones can make. My family can tell you that. We also offer a free polishing service on all purchases from the shop. Just bring it in and we'll shine it up for you. Our little thank you to our loyal customers.
How do you know what jewelry was purchased here?
I handcraft everything this shop sells. I have an encyclopedic knowledge of our wares, Mr. McAllen, going back decades.
What are you buying?
What's the most valuable thing in here?
I suppose that depends on how you value things, doesn't it?
In dollars and cents?
Yes, I used to value things that way. But a lack of business has a way of making you more philosophical about these things. Now I'd say the most valuable thing here is Granny.
Granny? Your grandmother is in here?
That's right. In the fishbowl. Granny is my goldfish.
Aw.
You named your goldfish Granny?
Yes, it was the most wondrous thing. The same day my grandmother Bethesda died, I was out at the local fun fair, and I won this goldfish on the ring toss. When we got home, every time we mentioned Bethesda, that little fish jumped out of the water and back on in. We think Granny's passed on into that fish. What do you think?
I mean this with no disrespect, but I think that's the craziest thing I've come across tonight, and I had a ghost bride trying to kill me.
We all have our quirks.
But don't goldfish only live for a few years? If she was your grandmother, she must have died sometime around the middle of the last century.
Oh yes, that's right. Each time the goldfish dies, Granny's spirit hops into a new fish. We must be on Granny number 44 by now.
Oh, that's an interesting reincarnation. Maybe you should have named it Obsidian.
I'm looking for lost treasure.
I'd say you found it. Everything inside these four walls is a treasure, handmade to the finest quality.
I mean a specific treasure. The lost treasure of Belmore Manor.
Well, if you find it, bring it in here for an appraisal. I'll give you a good price for it. But that's a pretty big if, isn't it?
What do you know about Belmore Manor?
Oh, it's a tragedy what went on there. But I know what I think. Black magic.
Black magic?
That's right. While some of us make an honest living around these parts, there are others who are lured in by the darker depths of the sea.
Who do you think that was?
Well, it's simple, isn't it? Abigail used to stop by here all the time, taking a gander at the rings and the necklaces. She was a lovely young girl who always saw the best in people. And Mr. Rackham, he was a model for how to run a good business. Honest and decisive. Now, that only leaves one person, doesn't it?
The sailor?
Exactly. I'd heard rumors about black magic going on inside Belmore Manor. I think he was casting his spell on Abigail, making her fall in love with him. Why else would someone as rich as her want to marry someone like him? He certainly couldn't afford the rings and necklaces that caught her eye. I think, come the night of the wedding, she wised up. That's why she decided to marry Mr. Rackham after all, a much more responsible choice for the company.
That's an interesting way to look at it. Some insight.
I think I'll just look around for now.
I'm here if you need me.
Okay,
It was a gold leaf-covered carving of what looked like a goose.
well, he did say gander. Captain's license. We've got the button magnet. That's good. I don't know why, necessarily. Well, let us go ahead.
What a nice young man. Isn't he, Granny? I couldn't have put it better myself.
Now we need to look at the sign again. Oh yeah, there's the fisherman over here. Maybe we should show the our catch.
The puppet show hadn't started yet. A paper sign hung on the front of the theater. One side displayed the flair and fanciness of a person skilled with a fountain pen. The other side revealed it had been written on the back of a cut-up cereal box.
Okay, ladder. Ooh, the courtyard is opened up now.
A faded poster had been pasted on the wall of the alcove. It had clearly been there for years. The poster advertised billiards at the Captain's Club, with 3 billiard balls and 2 cues framing a cube of billiard chalk.
That's cool. Cool design. We'll go into the Captain's Club here in a second.
The stories about Belmore Manor are true. I saw the ghost bride inside the house.
Blast it, Murphy. Don't say I didn't warn you. This island has had its fair share of the macabre. The best way to deal with it is to leave well enough alone. Why are you searching for that treasure anyway?
Well, it's my job. The state's claim on that money runs out at 8 a.m., and I'm supposed to find it.
You seem pretty passionate about something that's just for work. What are the odds you draw an assignment like that?
Well, I might have made my own luck there. They wouldn't normally authorize an investigation so close to the statute of limitations running out, especially on a 30-year-old cold case. But thrust a stack of forms in front of the boss 5 minutes before clocking off on a Friday afternoon, and he doesn't care what he's signing.
Well, let's just hope he wasn't signing your death warrant.
Most of my investigations don't amount to more than counting paper clips in a municipal building or going cross-eyed over receipt rolls in a courthouse. When I found that old case folder tucked behind the filing cabinet, its only lead a water-stained magazine talking about a real-life haunted house, how could I pass it up? You didn't tell me the Spirit Queen was a riverboat.
Oh, sure. That thing's been moored up in the bayou with her keel kissing the mud for years. Witch doctor lives aboard her now. Claims to sell all manner of hoodoo and voodoo. But to believe that, you need to be dumber than the bachelor in New Orleans, throwing beads at the Sisters of Mercy.
I spoke with Dr. Moray. He thinks we can make contact with the ghosts.
Moray is a charlatan and a fool. Only got into hoodoo and voodoo a few years ago. Before that, he was an actor over at the Calliope Theater, and not a very good one. He's the only person I know who directed and starred in a one-person production of The Pirates of Penzance. And that's because all the rest of the cast dropped out rather than work with him. He's always been searching for respect and recognition. Who would have known he found it by living in the swamp and reeking of incense?
Don't you believe in voodoo?
I certainly do. I just don't think Moray's got any more control of it than the rooster has control of the sunrise. His understanding of voodoo amounts to whatever he's gleaned from one of those horror pictures Ventura Studios puts out at the movie palace. My mama used to know all about it. God rest her soul. Voodoo isn't some made-up Hollywood magic, Mac. Voodoo's a real religion. It's about community, about belonging, and about searching for something more than flesh and blood. It's not the snake oil he peddles.
What do you think happened at Belmore Manor?
Now there's a tale I don't like to tell.
Can I persuade you to tell it anyway?
I have a feeling I ain't gonna get any rest until I do. You know about Miss Belmore? The bride? Engaged to the sailor? Nah, the way I hear, Mr. Rackham was over the moon with her. Such an upstanding fellow. I won't have a bad word said against him. Now he realized that the sailor was going through terrible lengths to ensnare his bride, and Mr. Rackham tried to save her. I heard that the sailor caught on to this and tricked Rackham into giving the lady a gift. That's what made everything go topsy-turvy.
What was the gift?
There are places in the Caribbean that trade things more elusive than gold. Ungodly things.
Do you think the disappearance was caused by voodoo?
And that's what my mama used to say. If you're not careful, that stuff can go to your head.
No luck fishing?
Not a bite, Mac. The Pencosa fish just ain't snapping for me today. Shame, too, because I'm planning on firing up my grill later. And then the tastiest catch in these waters.
How do you catch a Pencosa fish?
With hours of patience and decades of practice. You ever wrestled the rod before?
Just the once. I went fishing on Lake Erie, but the only thing I caught was a cold. What do you do with the fish you catch?
A couple I save for myself, and the rest I sell to the Captain's Club. They fancy them up with lemon lobsters, slawfish, something or other. But everyone knows the best way to cook them is to grill them.
Why won't you hear a word against Mr. Rackham?
He gave me my first work on this island, right here on these docks. And I'm still here to this day. He may have worn a scowl, but he don't judge a banana by its peel with people like him, Mac. When I looked into his eyes, all I saw was ambition.
What work did you do?
Loading and unloading the ships that came in. Of course, they just don't do that anymore. Deadnettle's a forgotten town. Maybe that's for the best.
Seemed kind of a mixed bag in regards to
Catch you later, Ned.
See you around, Mac.
one of our suspects. Now, can we...
What do you think of my fish?
That's a whopper. Hang it on the scale and let's see what it weighs. Doubt it'll be Squib's record, though.
Ooh.
I hung the fish on the scales.
You caught a Pencosa. They're the most delicious fish around here, especially grilled.
I heard
You'll
that.
never beat Squib's record.
Squib?
Jebediah Squibb, the Cajun catcher he calls himself. Last week at the Deadnettle docks, Squibb caught the heaviest Pencosa on record. Got his photograph on the front page of the newspaper and everything. Now how am I gonna rest while he brags and boasts about it every single night?
Is there anything that we can do?
With its innards made of cotton and material scraps, the fish's weight was distinctly unimpressive.
Wait, I think we have the cure for what ails us here.
With the ripped seam as an opening, I placed the horseshoe inside the taxidermy fish. Now it was heavy.
Good for fish and boxing gloves. Thank you, Looney Tunes.
Mac, does that say what I think it does? You been holding back on me. That breaks Squibb's record.
McAllen! How does it feel to have decimated the town record in your first few hours on the island?
How did you hear about this so fast?
It's my job to know about things fast. Now, I'm asking the questions here. Where'd you get the fish, McAllen?
Well, it was a mighty battle on the southern coast. Its fins strong as a motor, its mouth as fierce as a tiger's. I paused dramatically to allow my fishing prowess to wash over them.
What rod did you use?
Wooden one?
I mean, what make?
You know, I didn't use a rod.
You caught the fish without a rod?
It was more one-on-one. Mono, fisho.
You wrestled a fish?
And I won.
Good shot at the back of the head.
Well, as much as it pains me to say it, you're the cover story in the next edition of the Juniper Parish Gazette. And this is why I'm not getting a Pulitzer.
Oh, maybe this is how we get our photo for the captain's license.
I've got to hand it to you, Mac. That fish is a whopper. I don't know how you got it. But as long as he keeps Squib quiet at the porch party tomorrow, I ain't complaining.
Well, I mean, there was definitely a whopper here, but...
I'd had enough of carrying these suspiciously heavy fish around. I decided to leave it there. Hey, Ned, do you mind if I borrow your knife?
If you need it, Mac, just bring it back to me later tonight, would you? If I'm lucky with my catch, I'll be firing up the grill. You're invited to join me, of course.
How nice. Make sure you get your fingerprints on it. Thank you. Plausible deniability. Yeah. Well, we got the Gazette here. Let's go to the notice board. We are completing things. We do need to go back to the fort.
Of all of the papers pinned to the board, one article stood out to me. It showed the beaming face of a rotund fisherman on the docks with a headline declaring he'd just broken the island's heaviest catch record. A notice board stood outside.
Well, that has been beaten.
Murphy, have you seen the cover of the evening edition? I think we caught your personality perfectly in that photograph. Naive, simple, unsophisticated. Makes it all the more surprising that you actually accomplished something.
I wonder if I should have it framed.
That'll cost you.
I remember your trick with the telegram.
Hey, it's nothing personal. Your business is my business, and my business is news. I'm Evelyn Stoker, editor of the Juniper Parish Gazette. No misdeed left unshared, no drama left unmonetized. Come on, work with me here, McCallan. I need something juicy. Committed any crimes? Uncovered any affairs? Any deep, personal secrets to reveal?
The honest-to-God truth? No.
I need a good story. I can't let something minor like the truth stand in the way of that.
Yeah. So you're Fox News. Well, I mean, if she wants something juicy, you could always go grab a more handful of chum. Ooh,
A ball of twine, presumably used for bundling up newspapers, had been left on the table. I picked up the twine. With her stunt at the bayou, I figured she owed me one. I picked up the scissors. Maybe she owed me two. It was a big, fancy printing press, which must have cost a fortune decades ago, but was now very much out of date.
Don't even think about it. The spring on that printing press looks like it's going to blow at any moment.
Can we use the screw jack, maybe?
That didn't work. I didn't want to get ink all over me trying to carry the canister around.
Hey, those cost money, you know.
But it has my photograph on it.
The Do Not Serve board down at Spinelli's bar has my photograph on it, but that doesn't mean I can just pick it up and walk out with it, does it?
It's fair.
A new edition of the local newspaper sat on the desk with a disturbing inclusion. My face right on the front page.
Well, is it a penny paper?
I'd like to buy a newspaper.
Finally, I get something out of you loitering in here. That'll be 1 cent, please.
Thank you.
I picked up the newspaper. The fewer people that saw it, the better.
Island newcomer breaks fishing record. Last week's record-breaking catch of the Pencosa fish by local fisherman Jebediah Squibb has been rapidly smashed by a newcomer to the island, State Auditor Murphy McCallahan. Squibb had managed to catch the heaviest Pencosa fish since records began nearly 8 decades ago, but it proved no match for the vagrant newcomer. With a face dribbling with naivety, simplicity, and bewilderment, Murphy McLean struggled to find the words to communicate his unlikely accomplishment. Was it beginner's luck? Foul play? Whatever it was, we could be confident it wasn't fishing prowess, as Murphy McCarran, he's getting the name right the entire time, looks the type more likely to be at the hook end of a rod than a handle. Murphy McCullough's presence on the island is sure to provide amusement for us all, and we wish him well on his investigations here. But how long will his record last? 1933. Weather is fair with clear skies. Okay, so let's go ahead. We don't have any glue.
Carefully, I cut my photograph out of the newspaper.
Look at that trusting face.
I was going to need something adhesive to stick it in with. Hanging on a peg at the far side of the room was a battered flashbulb camera. The back wall of the newspaper office was filled with filing cabinets. From the labels on the front, they looked to be archived issues of the Juniper Parish Gazette.
Yes?
Hi. What are you working on?
One of the most romantic articles this newspaper's ever seen. Francois Fogg, Deadnettle's local pharmacist, is reuniting with his long-lost love after 14 years apart, thanks to this newspaper's personal ads column.
What a lovely story.
That's right. She mailed in a letter she wanted printed. Her former sweetheart saw it, and now they're on track to see each other again. Eventually.
Eventually?
Well, that's a bit of an administrative issue. In the letter we received, she told him to meet her in her Texas hometown of Magnolia. Due to a tiny typesetting error, he's now on a 6-week voyage to Mongolia.
Oh dear.
But doesn't it warm your heart how far people will go for love?
Yeah, but I hope he enjoys his trip on the other side of the world.
Don't you have more interesting stories to write about?
The crackpots this island calls a population wouldn't know something interesting if they paid for it, which they hardly do. Believe me, I've tried to get juicier stories. Scouring the island, doorstop interviews, hiding under windows.
You eavesdrop on people through their windows?
It's called investigative reporting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing some research on the treasure of Belmore Manor.
Have you found it?
Well, no, not yet. I've just started looking.
Then don't waste my time. Come back when you've got the goods.
You might not believe this, but I saw a ghost inside Belmore Manor.
You know what? You're right, McAllen. I don't believe it. Really? You've been on this island how long? And you're already starting to sound as loopy as a local.
But a local on the front page. Or a visitor.
Have you ever written an article on the disappearance at Belmore Manor?
What a waste of column inches. Leave it. That's my advice. There's no story in it.
No story?
Not one that anyone would believe. And I've got advertisers breathing down my neck.
What do you think went on?
Practically everyone on this island thinks there was some kind of sorcery involved. No one is looking at the reality. If I write up my research, no one on the island will believe me. If I write their wackadoodle theories, I'll be laughed out of the industry.
I love her accent. It's like a lot of Hollywood stars had similar accents back in like the 30s and 40s.
You can tell me what you've uncovered about Belmore Manor. Trust me, at this point, few things would surprise me.
I heard the Belmore Trading Company was losing revenue. Its profits eaten up by who knows what ventures those brothers had going on. I've seen the records. The company was privately owned, sure. But when you've got pressure building and the sharks are circling, you've got to shore up your defenses. I think that's why the Belmores persuaded Abigail to marry John Rackham.
Marry someone she didn't love?
But he didn't love her either. He was just after the company. So he hires the sailor to seduce her, convince her there's more to life than Devil's Rock. And as soon as she marries Rackham, they split, never to see each other again. He inherits the lot, and she disappears with her lover boy sailor to who knows where.
But why do you think all the guests disappeared?
They bumped them off to cover their tracks. Either one of them could have been sunning it up in Sarasota ever since. But imagine me writing that into a piece of serious journalism.
Yeah, but we don't know anything about the sailor, though. Like, not even a name.
Did you know Comptroller Grimes?
How could I forget him? The guy was a walking, talking migraine generator.
Surely you shouldn't speak of the dead like that.
Why not? I spoke plenty worse about him when he was alive. Anyway, I'm sure everything happens for a reason. And hopefully that reason is to increase my circulation numbers. Everything's connected, you know? Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect? I suspect it works for moths, too, because I can never get the damn things out of here. Some people say that if a man breaks wind in Alabama, it can cause a hurricane in Fiji.
I think I shared a train car with that guy on my way here.
I love butterfly effect. That's like one of my favorite things to
I think I better
like
be
daydream
going.
about.
Keep your eyes peeled for a story, McAllen. There are secrets on the island, and it's my job to run advertisements next to them.
Shit. Modern day journalism.
Hey, you can't come back here.
Sorry.
Well, fine. Well, nothing to do now but go to the Captain's Club. Actually, there's something else we can do. Let's head to the fort. We've got the shiny. Hey, buddy.
With the newly polished brooch gleaming, I angled it towards the lantern, catching the light and reflecting a red beam on the wall.
Well, there you go. Did a little laser. And then...
I took a handful of the spilled gunpowder. I placed the gunpowder into the gree-gree.
Sick. Alright, that's another one down, guys. I actually don't Still can't get
I
in,
jiggled
though.
the gate, but it wasn't going to open. If pirates and the colonial powers of Western Europe weren't able to get into the fort uninvited, I wasn't about to either.
Well, hopefully we can get an invitation. But I think this is a good place to call it an episode, guys. We've got 2 items in the Gree so far. We got a lot of stuff here, and we kind of know what we have to do, at least with the captain's license. We'll figure out everything else as we go along. But I hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.